Understand that. Hey, look at money. I mean, zombies. Yeah, I was studying that too, and I just don't see it, you know. Like, in a way, I didn't like. When I is a mangla backing up into. Oh. No, I don't want to reload, boy. I was trying to pick up thing.
In with the good, out with the bad.
Wow, that mangla do it shit, dog.
Next mangla spawn. Perfect.
Thought I was feeding you.
Perfect.
Alright, the abomination coming for me.
Mayu?
Yep,
Ben.
he on Mars. It was last I checked at least. I am a little ways away.
Come outside.
Why, boy? Is it my health? Oh no, I've asked them. Woohoo!
Kill him.
Come! Outside! Everybody outside, pull up. Beat him. He that. I have friends in high places, innit? Yeah.
Bad.
I need to pack a punch again. What kind of shit is this?
Oh boy. I'm a shocking hell hard.
Assaulting with war machine.
Come.
Come buy some plates.
I feel everything I have into that friggin' abomination.
Luckily, I have all day.
Oh shit, you got child.
I have 2 abomination literally right on top of my body. Anyways, have myself res. Oh god.
No, I use that for kilo.
2 abomination on my ass, hey.
I can't feel it, but I don't know what kind of action. That one on
Ta. You must sense your aura. Badness.
Come on.
Hey, let me out. Top of the side, mate. Oh god, he come for me. I slide into the mangla. Oh god, not like this. Stem.
Using stim.
Oh god, I run to ammo. Hey.
Look at me. Now I'm more active.
Pull up.
Face your problems head on, I guess.
Pull up. I don't mean so close. I didn't mean literally. It was a figure of speech. Mangla, I definitely was not. Yes, you have 2. Oh, this one only dead. Anis kill him. Dog, he literally so close to dead.
Chopper gun on the ground, my dog. Come on up. I'm myself first.
Oh god, team it down.
Shit, nigga, down. Go fast, go fast, go fast. Bomber class. Back out.
The back out.
Still go right, in case.
Both of them back out. Oh god.
Bomber class.
Please tell me I have a suppress.
Nice, bro. It's a mango and a zombie. Make the run so fast, come on, bro.
Oh shit, I even noticed that.
Anish your moros!
I will make it, 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 don't worry.
Go that thing running, I'm saying now, but and this same friggin' zombie boy. Oh dear, wrong 29.
Oh god, you know what this wrong was? This was the wrong way I was alone, boy.
My piece something.
I feel I was doing, I wanted to use all that before. Oh, but you can buy tacticals and shit, oh shit. Good, hey! I don't know. Not all of them.
I real plenty. I'm using my jumper gun for these things.
Wait, not jumper gun on this one. Bye. Oh god, I buy a freaking grenade, boy. My blasted money. Alright, as long as I have enough to buy an extra self-res, that will I care about.
Shit, did you buy one too?
It is on 15. Alright, we have men. Come, we can't stick up in our corner, we have to move. I want to go on top tower, I guess.
Does this count as on and on?
They're on the roof with me. Ooh!
Bonus point.
You alone?
Oh, you're fasting. Eat a bullet.
And have a whole horde following me currently. That is a mangler. Come on, you bottom of the step to suck my perk. Pull it on me, pull it on me, pull it on me here. Oh god. Oh god. Suck that grenade.
Why waste time with target discrimination?
Ah, come on. They have a manga at the end of the road. Para buy ammo. Oh, you had that? Yeah, I don't want you. Oh god, no, not like this. Boss that. Badness.
No, stem.
I'm boss this stem, boy.
That And that breath is deadly.
Yeah, the time it, yeah, the time it, yeah, the time it.
Well.
I can't come on as well.
Nah, don't worry, I have myself. I just moving closer to
Zero bullets.
I'll make sure when I pop this I can buy ammo one time. Alright, we have be nice.
Must be nice in a good position.
Percocets. Molly Percocets. Never chase a bitch. Hey, lock spike. I don't like that. Though that lock spike, take away our plate, boy. That I sprang our plate enough. That is our mango on my ass.
Wow, how I even clear out that friggin' hole? You can see how much it had.
Max Alpha.
This mango just being gay, boy. I am by ourselves, friends. I playing with that shit. I don't feel alright. How it looking by you? Amar. Amar. Hey, hello. Oh, frick, bye.
Not time to waste. Anywhere else is a miss. I kill.
Aman, Wi-Fi gone now.
Extraction bird in your AO. Limited time offer.
I need that, I need that, I need that. I have to get out. I'm not playing this anymore. How the ass I can do now?
Damn it, I'm hit. hell? Shit! We need a bird, and we need it now.
Roger that. Bird headed your way.
Tátifed, Tyrell Tifed.
I'm pregnant with your baby, and this is how you treat me.
Oh my god!
You can now buy a computer powered by a human. As a practicing doctor and someone who deeply cares about public health, I've been quite vocal about my criticism towards RFK Jr. I've said it on podcasts, on news programs, and frankly all over social media. I know many who support his message are frustrated with our healthcare system, with our lack of clear answers to some hard questions, with our poor communication and guidance throughout the pandemic. Know that I hear you and actually agree with you. We need to do better, and change can't come soon enough. We certainly need to be skeptical of our institution, but healthy scientific skepticism means including data, not cherry picking or making it up. Now, before we fact check some of the more extreme examples of misinformation, I want to show you who RFK Jr. really is, what he stands for, and why, despite some of his ideas sounding good, he's incredibly dangerous to public health. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is the nephew of former President John F. Kennedy. He first became popular in the 1990s as an attorney suing factories that were dumping pollution into New York's Hudson River. Good stuff. However, in 2005, he began his public crusade against mercury and vaccines, and eventually joining the team at World Mercury Project in 2015, which abruptly changed the name to Children's Health Defense in 2018, where he served as chairman. In 2023, he jumped into the presidential race as a Democrat, but when that didn't work out, he swapped to independent. And when that didn't work out, he dropped out and backed Republican Donald Trump in hopes of securing a cabinet position. I highlight this only to show that this issue isn't left, right, or center. It's about telling the truth and getting accurate health information to you. Shortly after Trump took office, he assigned Kennedy to fix our healthcare system.
I'm going to let him go wild on health. I'm going to let him go wild on the food. I'm going to let him go wild on medicine.
But he still needed to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate. During that process, he stated over and over that he is not anti-vaccine.
I am not anti-vaccine. I have never been anti-vax.
And if we listen to some of his previous statements from 2014, it might seem like he was telling the truth.
I am very pro-vaccine. I have 6 children. I am all 6 of my children vaccinated. I believe that vaccines are critical to public health. That vaccines have saved hundreds of millions of lives, and they save millions of lives every year. And they've succeeded in eradicating, or nearly eradicating, many of these epidemic illnesses.
In fact, at the time, his focus was mostly on mercury, and he was honest about his lack of knowledge about vaccines.
I know very little about vaccines. What I know a lot about is mercury.
However, now it's 2025, and we have a decade's worth of proof that RFK Jr. is anti-vax.
No vaccine that is, safe and effective.
Remember how he just said his kids are vaccinated and he's pro-vaccine? Well, he said this in 2020.
If your kids were young now, would you give them the measles, the mumps vaccine?
No.
In fact, I don't understand how what he's doing is not perjury. I thought you weren't allowed to lie to Congress.
I have never told the public avoid vaccination. I seen somebody on a hiking trail with carrying a little baby, and I said, better not get them vaccinated.
He really believes kids who get even 1 to 2 vaccines are not as bright as those who are unvaccinated.
If you've ever compared an unvaccinated kid to a vaccinated kid, you see the bright eyes and the engagement and the social interactions and the curiosity and the affection and you compare them. A child even has 1 or 2 vaccines and they're completely different.
Even in a more dark analogy, he compares modern doctors to Nazis for vaccinated children.
Yes, it's like consequence. I can't tell you why some do something like that. I can't tell you why ordinary participate in all of us and why it's like justification.
Despite all that being widely available, he was confirmed in February 2025 as the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, putting him in charge of some of the most important health agencies like the CDC, FDA, and NIH. And despite all his advocacy against vaccines, that vaccinated children are no longer bright, that doctors are basically Nazis, that he would happily go back and not vaccinate his own kids, he is now back to saying
that the best way to prevent the spread of measles is through vaccination. We urge people to get their MMR vaccines.
It seems RFK swaps his position on vaccines whenever he sees fit. Ironic, because many criticize the CDC for changing their medical guidance, but at least that's done in response to new scientific data. Now with him at the helm of the world's most prestigious medical entity, I think it's more important than ever to fact-check some of the worst myths he's propagated.
Well, I don't think there's scientific question that vaccines cause autism. If you actually read the science.
If you read the science, and the science is very clear on this, that there is no causal link between autism and vaccines. And there's been many studies that have looked at millions of children, compared children who have been vaccinated versus those who haven't been vaccinated, and have seen that there is no causal link. When I was doing my debate with vaccine skeptics, one of the participants said that's because the people looking at it are part of the corrupt American capitalistic system. Again, the research that was done on over 500,000 children in Denmark, which has nothing to do with the U.S. capitalistic system, also found the same exact result. This is because there is no causal link. The only link between autism and vaccines that exists is that the timelines sort of match up from a correlation standpoint. And just because 2 things happen at the same time doesn't mean they cause one another. The same way that we could look at this picture, or we could look at the trending graph of organic food sales. It's important to study and see if there is causation. And when it comes to vaccines and autism, there is no causation. And I have to say that over and over again, that this has been proven internationally. Millions of children tested to this, and this needs to be put to bed.
Because the MMR vaccine contains a lot of aborted fetus debris and DNA particles.
The problem with making statements like there's fetal debris in a vaccine is that it's just factually untrue. The MMR vaccine contains 3 components: measles, mumps, and rubella. The measles and mumps components have nothing to do with fetal tissue, fetal DNA, because they were made in chick embryos. But then the rubella component was derived from viruses grown in human cells. But we need to be able to get human cells from somewhere in order to have the virus replicate and be used. In the vaccines. That's literally what we do. We allow the virus to replicate, we weaken it, and we put it in a vaccine so that your body gets a weakened virus exposure, not the real one, build up immunity, and don't have to have all the negative repercussions of actually being sick. Now, for the rubella component, the cells in which the virus was grown were gathered from 2 elective and ethical abortions performed over 50 years ago. And since then, we've been reusing those cells. That's how we do science. We reuse old cells. But there is no fetal tissue. There is no fetal debris. This is just illogical coming from someone who doesn't understand how science works. It's just physically not there. And the presence of DNA particles is so tightly controlled that it's to the billionth of a gram, a picogram, because there are potential complications if there are high amounts of DNA present. It's all monitored. There is no fetal tissue. There is no fetal debris. This is an overstatement that is made by someone who is consistently fear-mongering about the vaccine. The best evidence indicates that Dr. Offit's rotavirus vaccine causes negative net public health impact. In other words, Dr. Offit's vaccine almost certainly kills and injures more children in the United States than the rotavirus disease killed and injured prior to the vaccines. Now I've heard, all right.
Yeah, what's the funny thing? I'll finish that wrong enough. Yeah. I don't know. The radio thing dropped, dog. I said, nah, I ain't taking that. I busting it. I tried to exfil. I call it on, and I run into the bird dog. It was on top the roof now. I'm thinking, I ride there by the zip line, dog, and a man go bust my head, boy. Bye.
Say that
Hola, Ethan.
he's really good at reading scientific research.
Madness.
We're reading science and dissecting it and discerning the difference between junk science and real science.
I don't think he does know the difference between junk science and real science. Because prior to 2006, before the vaccine was available, rotavirus, which is an intestinal virus that leads to massive diarrhea, vomiting in young children, it hospitalized 50 to 70,000 children in the United States per year. After the implementation of the rotavirus vaccine from Dr. Paul Offit, those rates have fallen by 50,000. And while, yes, in a developed country like the United States, the death rate was low, 50 to 60 deaths a year, in developing nations like India, where there isn't good access to medical care for many people, the deaths were much, much higher. So not only are we preventing hundreds of thousands of doctor and ER visits, we're preventing tens of thousands of hospitalizations in the U.S., and we're saving over 100,000 lives across the globe. This vaccine is what a scientific miracle looks like. The fact that he's not seeing that and seeing it as a net negative, I just don't understand what research we're looking at. Throughout his book, he makes certain references to children having side effects of this vaccine. But when he's looking at the pamphlet that comes with the vaccine, he's just looking at children having conditions. He's not comparing the children in the unvaccinated group to the vaccinated group. Because through natural incidents, kids have all sorts of conditions. Kids who were vaccinated have headaches, and kids who are unvaccinated have headaches. The question is, does the rate of headaches go up? And the answer is pretty much no. Probably the most viral claim RFK Jr. has made in his years has been tying mercury, specifically thimerosal, which is a preservative ingredient used in vaccines in the 1990s. He famously wrote an article titled Deadly Immunity that was published in Salon and Rolling Stone magazine. When a study revealed that mercury in childhood vaccines may have caused autism in thousands of kids, the government rushed to conceal the data and to prevent parents from suing drug companies for the
game man done his same exact wrong from yesterday. Man. I feel up on our roadblock. Bro, hop on your blocks or somehow. You hop on your blocks or somehow.